I, 32M, have been sleeping with my best friend, 32F, for 2 weeks and I think we've been dating for 10 years and never realized it. So me and Sophie have been best friends since like the first grade. She was my next door neighbor growing up, we went to the same college, and got jobs in the same city. And we've been roommates since we were like 25. So typing this it almost seems like we've been a couple all along. But I've never really thought of her sexually since we were teenagers. She had a boyfriend at like 17 and they were really in love with each other and I was good friends with him, but unfortunately he drowned like a week after we graduated high school. She was obviously a wreck and I helped her as much as I could get through it, and in the process we pretty much became inseparable. It's not like one of us was clinging to the other, it was completely mutual, we liked the same things, had the same interests and did stuff together all the time. When she was having a hard time sleeping because of Rick's drowning she'd ask to come over because she didn't want to be alone and I of course was there for her. Eventually we graduated college and decided to get jobs in the same city, and eventually after that we decided to move in together as roommates because we saved a ton of money and we were always hanging out together anyway. Now I realize that basically, I think we'd been a couple except we just didn't have sex. Of course she would have a guy over sometimes but it was never really serious and same with me. I dated a bit but never really felt a connection with any of them. So about 2 weeks ago we were watching wrestling, like we do every week, and she started softly crying, and we're sitting like inches from each other on the couch so of course I put my arm around her and asked if she's okay and if she needed to talk. Basically, she's been having a hard time finding a guy and she's really upset. She's always been kind of thick, but now she's pretty chubby and says that attractive guys don't want to sleep with her anymore. So I'm trying to be supportive and stuff, and I wasn't lying, I've always thought she was really pretty, but I said that's not true and that plenty of guys would love to sleep with her. She's not a prude or anything and we always make crude jokes to each other and I said something like if weren't like the best friends ever I'd have been trying to fuck you for the past 10 years. She gave me this look like I had just flipped a switch on a robot, like she was just staring right into my eyes and my brain was telling me to kiss her, and so I did. We were making out for probably 5 minutes and she had pulled my shirt off and I had pulled hers off, and then I'm thinking oh my god what am I doing? So I stopped and I'm like well we need to think about this, are we sure we want to go down this road? We talk for like 2 minutes and we basically decide hey, we've been friends for 25 years, and been through way worse together that having sex one time shouldn't be an issue. It was by far the best sex I ever had. And now since that time we've had sex at least once every day. Sometimes 2 or 3 times. We both recognize we need to discuss this but keep saying we'll discuss it tomorrow when we'll have more time. But I recognize we have to discuss it. Like soon. And I'm scared. I think I've realized that I've been madly in love with her this entire time. And that's why I never connected with any of the women I dated. And I'm really hoping it's the same for her. I think we might have felt this way for a long time and we're finally realizing it. It just sounds so fucking crazy. Like what the fuck is going on? Am I crazy? Am I getting my hopes up? If she doesn't feel the same way I do, how can I ever hang out with her again? What should I do? TLDR, I slept with my best friend of 25 years, and now realize I'm crazy in love with her and probably have been for 10 years, and I'm afraid that maybe she doesn't feel this way as well. Relevant comments. I think she's into you, otherwise she probably wouldn't have slept with you multiple times. I suggest that you start taking her out on real dates. If she agrees and is receptive to cuddling and holding hands, she's deaf into you. And whenever you feel it is the right timing, you can tell her what's in your heart and how you feel about her. OP. I mean like we always cuddle on the couch, and in college when she would come to my dorm because she couldn't sleep we'd sleep in my bed together, just nothing sexual happened. I'm starting to think she's spent 15 years trying to give me hints now. Comment. I agree with OP, take her on actual dates. Allow yourselves to feel some of those early relationship jitters and awkwardness as you embark on a new type of relationship together. OP. I'm going to, and we go on dates all the time. I just didn't realize they were dates. Like dinner together, lunch, museums. I think we should plan a vacation together, with a king bed instead of twin beds, lol. Comment. This is adorable. It sounds like you guys are basically in the perfect position for this to happen. Are you worried expectations will change if you become an official couple? Maybe pick an evening once a week to do a serious check-in with each other, where you each have an open floor to bring up any concerns or thoughts you've had about this shift in your relationship. And have fun. I bet all your friends are gonna be like, geez guys, finally. OP. Both of our parents are always joking with us about when we are gonna give them grandkids, but both of us are firmly child-free, so we always use that defense and don't stress that we aren't a couple. I think I really am the only one who didn't realize I'm in love with her. I feel like an idiot. Edit, I just got home from work, she gets home in a bit, I think I'm just going to sit her down and lay it all out there. I'm so stressed out by not knowing. Update. So she got home and I told her we needed to talk and she seemed disappointed. So I was really bummed. Like she looked like she wanted to cry. But I said please just let me say what I need to say and then we can go from there. I told her that since we had started having sex I've realized I'd been in love with her for a really long time and didn't realize it. And she started trying to hold back tears and I got the worst knot in my stomach and thought I was literally going to puke. I told her it's okay if she doesn't feel the same. I would always be there for her as a friend and would try my best to not let my feelings get in the way, but now that it's out there I guess there isn't any going back. She told me to stop and she was crying now. I stopped and it felt like an eternity just sitting there. I couldn't even look her in the face. Then she just kind of wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest and was sobbing. I'm just sitting there confused trying to figure out if this is good or horrible. Finally she looks up at me and says she's been waiting for me to say that since college. And that the reason she was crying with me on the couch the other week was because she thought it had been long enough and it wasn't going to happen, and that's why she kept trying to put off having a talk after we started having sex because she thought that was the closest we'd come to being a couple. Now we are waiting for our Chinese food to come after some awesome sex. Thanks so much for the advice and getting me to finally say something.